In today's video, we are going to look at the middle games, that how to choose the best and correct move. We are going to look at them. We have a position in front of us, and in this position, white played the move queen b3. And this queen is being threatening this bishop over here on b4. And this bishop has, whether I want you people to choose the move, that what is the best move in this position. The one is queen d6, the second one is queen to e7, the third one is knight c6, and the fourth one is a5. And I want you people to choose the correct move. And this is what we are going to study today. I'm going to show you that why. Remember the rule. If in the opening phase or the middle game phase, or even in the end game, you are able to protect your piece by developing another piece to best scare, that is the first choice you are going to make. And in this position, knight to c6 is the best move. Bishop to d6 is also better, but it has a slight drawback. I'm going to show you that why. For example, if you play the move bishop to d6, now queen into b7, threatening the rook, knight c6. Now this rook is being protected by the queen. Now the slight problem which I was discussing is that now black is threatening to play the move rook b8 and winning this bishop over here. So white takes this pawn, and you have to take it with the pawn over here on g7. Otherwise, because this rook is hanging, you can't take it with the queen. So that's why after g into f6, black gets two double pawns and a shattered kingside structure. But in the long run, he might not castle. So why go into such type of position, although this position is equal? So why not this best move, knight c6? In this way, this knight is being developed, protecting this bishop and protecting this square also, where the white knight is going to come. Now if white still says that I'm going to win this pawn, which is unable to do so, now after bishop to d6, now white can't take this pawn, because after rook to b8, this bishop is going to fall. I'm going to show you that how. Rook into pawn, rook b8, and now there is no way to protect this bishop. So from this first example, you have understood that if you can develop a piece and protect your pawn, another piece which is being threatened, the first option is that you are going to develop the piece. Okay, we move to our next example. And black has just taken the pawn over here and move the queen. And white plays the move knight be2, bd2. I'm going to flip the board, and I'm going to show you that what is the white's threat over here. The white threat is he is going to play the move knight e4, threatening this queen over here on d6 and threatening this pawn. If black plays any wrong move, for example a6, then white just plays the move knight to e4, and this pawn is a goner. So you know your opponent's threat, and this is the first thing you have to analyze, that if your opponent makes some move, you must understand that why he had made that move, what he is going to do next. And in this position, you know that he's going to play the move knight e4. And now here, black has three options. One, he brings his queen immediately out of the threat by playing the move like queen d8, other queen c7, and he has the third option, the playing of the move b6, protecting this pawn. That when this knight comes over here, this pawn would be protected. And I have want you people to choose that what is the correct continuation. Remember what I discussed in first example, the concept. If you are able to develop your piece or your pawn or something, then go for that one first. Here the best move in this position is b6. Because now if knight comes over here, threatening the queen, queen moves back, queen c7. If now black is threatening to play the move knight to b4, bringing this knight back over here on the centralized square. So white counters this threat by playing the move a3. Now you can just develop your bishop. And now you see that in this sequence of the moves, by playing the move to b6, you are able to develop your bishop and complete your development. Just play the move queen d8, and white goes for white goes for knight e4, starting this pawn. You will again have to go for b6. So why not play this move immediately? So you have understood. First, understand the threat of your opponent. Then counter it by playing the best moves which let you develop your pieces. And that is b6. So I think you have understood this concept also. Now let's move over to next example. Black has just played the move knight to b6 and white plays the move queen c3. And white is threatening this rook over here on h8. How to counter it? There are two ways. One, you play the move to f6, but it weakens your king side. All the light squares. The second move is rook g8. Now I want you people to again pause the video and think that what is the best way to continue in this position. Whether the move should be f6 or it should be rook g8. What is the best move? If you have not guessed it, I am going to tell you. Now, if you see that white's pieces are not developed, this queen is misplaced. This queen is placed on the knight's developing square. This knight's developing square. Only one bishop is being developed of white. So you can keep the option of castle by playing the move f6. And this is the best move in this position. Because now, after f6, what is b4? Keeping the bishop alive. Now what to do? And the move is now knight c6 also by black. A second, he can just develop his bishop over here, bishop to g7. Bishop to g7. Now white develops knight f3. Now you can play the move bishop to e6. Controlling this diagonal, you can also play this. You can also play this knight c6, cutting this pawn. Now castles and castle. And in the long run, black will be trying to play this move e5. You may this bishop on e6 and bring it back to f7. and then play the move like e5. But why not rook g8? This is also a good move. But the problem is that now you don't has the right to castle anymore on the side. Now white goes for d4. Now knight c6. You can't play this present because you will have to give away the pawn in this version. Then what is the best move? You can play the move c6 also. Now white goes for e4. Now knight a6. Now knight f3. Now you see that how much control white has in this position. But for please move in this position, bishop threatening the knight over here, then I can move over here and still threaten your bishop. So that's why in this position, f6 is a better move. Remember, in this instance, it is better because white's pieces are not well properly. So we are going to look over the next example. Here, white has played the move bishop to f4. And it is threatening this pawn over here twice. How to protect this pawn? I'm going to show you the moves. The one option you have, knight ge5. Second option you have, queen c7. The third option you have is queen to b6, challenging this queen and hitting this pawn. The fourth option you have, knight to c5, indirectly protecting this pawn. And the fifth option you have, bishop f6, sacrificing this pawn. I'm going to show you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I want you people to choose the best move out of all these continuations. Then I will tell you that what are the drawbacks of other moves. I hope you have chosen the correct move. First, I'm going to show you the drawbacks of other moves. For example, if you play the move knight c5, this pawn is being protected by bishop and queen. And black is now starting to play the move bishop f6, challenging this queen. But now, white goes for rook ad1, putting more pressure on this pawn. What to do now? Now, best move for black would be to play the move knight e6. Now, queen d2, knight into f4, queen to f4. And so on, still the liability. Queen is threatening, rook is threatening. The bishop is just doing a defender job, nothing more. Now, white is going to bring his rook, the last piece, and he would be developed completely. So, knight c5 works, but the game becomes tough for black. So, what happens if black plays the move queen c7, protecting this pawn this way, but now c5. This pawn is threatened twice. You have to play this move. Knight e5 into a6. Now knight into knight, bishop into knight, bishop into bishop, knight into bishop, and now f4. And after this move, knight to g4, and white plays the move rook a e1, you may see that how all of the pieces of white has been developed. And black's this rook is still on the initial square, this bishop is still on the initial square. The queen is misplaced over here. And white has an edge in this position. So bishop f4. What happens if black goes for the move queen b6? Challenging the queen and hitting this pawn. In this version, black does not go for the exchange. He just plays the move queen d2. Now it is protecting his pawn and still hitting this pawn on d6. And let's do knight c5, for example. Now rook e1. Still putting more pressure. And the whole thing white is going to do is that he is going to put a lot of pressure on this pawn. And what black would be doing, he would be just protecting this pawn in the whole game. So in this position, one of the move was that bishop f6, threatening to the queen. But in this version, black's pieces get mobility, but pawn is a pawn. Queen into d6. Now what? Knight de5, challenging the queen. Now c5. Now knight c5, threatening the queen again. Now queen into queen. Queen into queen. And white can't play this move. b3. Because this knight would be a goner. So white is challenging him. First challenging the knight has to move. Knight g5, knight into knight takes back. And in this version, you have seen that black pieces are developed and white has lost a pawn. The position is still equal due to the mobility of this rook. The bishop is coming over here. But in the long run, if black plays any inaccuracy, he's going to lose the game because he's a pawn down. So what is the best move in this position? Black played the move knight g4 to bring the knight over here e5, and that is the best move. Now knight e5. Now this knight is threatening this pawn over here. You can't take it with the knight. He will just develop the knight. If white plays the move b3. Now simple. Bishop f6. You are saying that, okay, if you want to take this pawn, you may take it. But the problem is that then black would be completely winning. I'm going to show you that by queen into pawn. Now knight into knight check. Bishop into knight, and black wins the knight. That's why this move was the best. When you had a plan in your mind in this position, white castle, you had a plan in your mind and you played the move knight g4 in this position to bring this knight over here on de5 or d5, then go for it. And this is the best way to defend this pawn over here. I'm going to show you one thing, that after knight g5, if black tries to play the move rook a d1, still putting pressure over here, then how to continue? And the way to continue is that queen a5. Now the queen will be coming over here on b4, pinning this pawn and threatening this pawn. So I hope you have understood this example also. We are going to move to our next example, and it is that black has played the move e4. And I want you people to pause the video and think that how you can counter this move of black. White has an option. He can play the move knight to g5. He can play the move knight to d7. He can play the move knight to e1. And I want you people to pause the video and think that what is the best move in this position for white. The best move in this position for white, I'm going to show you that if you play this move, knight d7, now you can protect this pawn by easily by playing the move f5. And this knight is misplaced. The second thing is that if you play the move knight e1, why to bring the knight over here when you have already developed it onto f3? Now it needs a lot of moves to this knight to develop. For example, knight to c7, then to over here on e3. This pawn would remain on its initial square. So we're not going to play this. Knight c5. Now it is being protected by this bishop, and it is also threatening this pawn. Now I want you people to solve the reason that why you played the move knight g5 and this pawn is a goner, and why black is unable to protect this pawn with the move f5. Black if tries to protect this pawn with the move f5, the point is that now queen check, queen b3 check. The king has to move. Now you give the check. Queen and king. And rook has to take it, and you are a complete exchange up. So understand, when you're being threatened like this in this position, try to develop it by threatening and something new at a better square where you are attacking the opponent squares. For example, at knight g5, you are attacking not only this pawn, you are taking control of opponent squares also, opponent pieces. So remember to do that. That's the end of this video. If you like it, kindly subscribe and hit the bell icon button. Thank you very much.